but welcome to the Cherry Purls podcast. I figured it was time to record.
Sounds good.
When did we last record?
September.
Okay, so it hasn't been too long, but we do have a lot to show, so that's very exciting. This is episode 105, and...
Or is it 106?
106.
I did put it on there, but I didn't put it at the top.
106.
106.
I am Robyn.
I'm Mary.
You can find me as TeenyButton on Instagram, and you can find my hand-dyed yarn at TeenyButtonStudio.com.
On Instagram, I am Cherry Purls Mary. We also have a blog where we put all of our show notes. We list them there as well as in the down bar down below this video. But if you're interested in looking at the show notes online, they will be there. And we also put some of our projects up there. I am going to be using that instead of Ravelry until Fiber Club gets up and running. But anyway, that is blogspot.cherrypurlspodcast.com.
I think it's cherrypurlspodcast.blogspot.
Wait.
That's usually how Blogspot works.
cherrypurlspodcast.blogspot.com. I have it in my show notes, and I thought I could remember it, but obviously I cannot.
That's why we do show notes. So I don't think we have anything announcement-wise. I am doing Vlogmas, though if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably have seen Vlogmas. I've uploaded days 4 through 9, I think, as of right now. I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to editing this, but hopefully that'll be 9 or 10 is the last one that's up.
1 through 3 is on Instagram only.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when I started if I wanted to fully commit to it, because I've never done a daily vlog before. So
You've talked about it.
Yeah, I wanted to do it for a long time. I started filming vertical orientation so I could keep it on my Instagram and on my IGTV page. So if people, I didn't want to spam people's inboxes, but I love watching Vlogmas, and I love, I've been watching Woolen Forest, I've been watching Amy of Stranded podcast, I've been watching Full and Vine, I've been watching Mina of Knitting Expat. So I figure, if you like our podcast, you might like seeing a peek at my everyday life. And if you aren't interested in Vlogmas, you can just ignore those videos. So,
but you always get to see Pearl and Presley, which is always good.
I actually don't know if I showed them yesterday. I can't remember if I did or not.
And there's also one with my kids.
Yeah, there's one with Hagrid and Gil, and we're going to go over there again Saturday, so I'll show Hagrid and Gil and Helga and Cereza again then. So if that interests you, it's probably in your sidebar somewhere. Sidebar would be that way. Or you can search on our channel. So thank you to everybody who's watched. It's kind of fun. It's really helped me slow down and kind of enjoy things more, because it's like, if I'm doing it just for myself, I'm going to like rush through it, but if I'm going to show it, and if somebody else is going to enjoy it too, I'm going to slow down and kind of, you know.
Yeah, you're more thoughtful about it.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, you're just doing it on memory and rushing to the next thing.
Yeah.
I get that.
So we have some finished objects. I have one big one and you have a lot of little ones. So would you like to go first?
I can.
Okay.
I do not have everything to show. I have been knitting almost exclusively hats. I sent a bunch of hats off before the election to Wisconsin to warm the people standing in line, waiting to vote, and that was through Warm the Line. You can you can find them on Instagram. They also have a website, but I'm not sure what that is. And then I also sent off a second round of hats to Warm the Line in Georgia for the runoff. Those went out last week. I do have a picture, and Robyn will insert those just to show the stuff that I sent off. I think the ones that I sent to Wisconsin, though, I just took a picture of the bag that I was getting ready to mail. But I do have the picture of the hats I sent.
Can you tell how many hats are in the bag, or is it just?
I think I sent 10 both times, and they were all adult size hats. But I do have some hats that I didn't send off, either because they were too small, they're child size hats, or I've knit them since I mailed the things off, and that would be the stack right here. So I've got 3 orange, a teal, a yellow, 4.
It's a pretty gray.
Yeah, it's a charcoal gray. It's a nice color. For the charcoal gray, 4 purple, and then 2 navy. So I will get them where they need to go. The ones that I've knit that are adult size are going to be going up to New York. Alice Creates is looking for some adult size hats for some people up there. And so I'm going to be sending those up soon. I do have some that I've knit since then that would apply for that. And then the child size hats, I haven't figured out where those are going yet. But yeah.
Same for hats for kiddos next year?
Yeah, I can definitely do that. It's just...
what's that big one?
Yeah, that's one of the ones I knit after I sent the other ones off. Well, you know.
Yeah. So you just take out a random length of yarn, cast on however many?
Yeah, just take off a random piece of yarn, cast on as many as I can, leaving a long enough tail to be able to weave it in, and then just knit to a certain length. Obviously, the more stitches I knit it longer before I start the decreases. Yeah. And then just decrease evenly, and that's it. So it's not really any specific hat pattern. It's just one that...
I like your...
I've been doing a lot of multitasking, doing multiple things at once, and hats I can knit without looking at it. Doing rows and rows of stockinette, I can knit without looking at it, so I can do something else while I'm doing those. So that's why I've been knitting a lot of hats, and I've got it in my head, so it's not like I need to look down a lot.
Don't need to follow a pattern.
No, yeah. So
what's the yarn?
Oh, okay. The yarns are Caron Simply Soft in Charcoal Heather and Pagoda. So that's the
Charcoal Heather.
And then this is the Pagoda right here. Then Red Heart Soft Essentials in Navy. So this is the Navy, Sunny Day, and I think this is Aubergine. And then this one is Red Heart Soft in Tangerine.
Figured that one was Tangerine.
Yeah, well, that one was easy. So that's basically it. I haven't
How
been...
many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16. That's a lot of hats.
I like hats. I've always liked hats. The first patterns I wrote were hats. So I like hats. I don't wear hats because it swishes my hair down.
You like them on principle.
But I love knitting hats. So that's what I've been doing. That's finished.
All right. So I have a sweater. It got flocked a little bit. This is the secret project that I was working on last time that I couldn't show you. It's a test knit. But the pattern...
It does have flocking on it.
I know. The pattern came out on Tuesday, so 2 days ago. And now I can show it. So this is the Pink Fizz... I think it's just Pink Fizz, but it's a pullover pattern by Andrea Mowry. And I test knit... Oh, sure. I test knit the size 7. I went down a needle size, so I knit this mostly on a 4. I want to say mostly on a 4. And I did use TeenyButton Studio. I wore it to go help Larry's mom decorate her Christmas tree.
And she has a flock tree.
And she has a flock tree, and so I was like leaning over the tree to
you were flocked.
And I got flocked. So,
and this is Mohair and a superwash held
a sock yarn, yeah. Mohair and 100% superwash. So my twist
held
sock,
double.
Yeah, twist sock base, TeenyButton Studio twist sock, and Lofty Lace Mohair. And this used to be Parcel Tongue, but I am renaming my Harry Potter colorway, so the new name is Hemlock. So this is now the Hemlock colorway, and it's a little bit lighter than it's showing on camera. There we go. That's pretty accurate.
Show the beautiful
the lace.
The beautiful lace section.
It is very pretty.
Put your hand in there because you really can't tell it's lace. You don't see the holes. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well. Yeah, it shows up.
You want to put a piece of paper behind it?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay.
You can get a feel for it. The lace is fairly challenging. I actually can't remember if it's... I think it's just single-sided lace. Like, I think it's just the lace where you knit back. But it is not quite a beginner-friendly lace. I would say it's intermediate. There's a stitch that I've never done before, so that was interesting. But,
I'm guessing it's a increase or a decrease.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is now. Our brain is... It's like a fold-over, kind of, with, like, yarn overs in it. It's interesting. Whenever you do separate to knit flat, though, you do the lace on the purl side, but you still knit back. It's, now that I'm thinking about it, I think you do the lace on both sides.
That does make it more challenging because a lot of lace patterns, have a rest row as a repeat.
Yeah, I don't think there's any
the knit back.
Yeah, I don't think there's any rest rows, but I think the purl rows or like the rest rows are just the yarn overs. It's not anything too complicated. But I do really love it. This is the best fitting sweater I think I've ever made. And it's kind of this drop sleeve thing. Like, look at the construction of it. Like, you cast on extra stitches to give it that like drop sleeve look, which I've never done. That's a first for me, and it fits me really, really well. So if you would like to see it on me, I do have some modeled photos on my Instagram page, which is TeenyButton on Instagram. And I don't think I have quite the amount of ease that the pattern calls for. I think I might have 8 inches, and you're supposed to have 10 to 12. But I'm holding up and see how. Yeah, it's got plenty of ease in it. I think I just need to block it again because I've worn it a bunch. I think I need to just wash it and block it.
It's really pretty.
I really like it. I really like the colors.
This
isn't
fuzzy.
It's I'm having a hard time sometimes finding a balance between colors I want to knit with versus colors I would actually wear. Because if I could knit with anything I want, I would knit with pinks and mints.
You're pastel.
Yeah, but I feel like that doesn't really match my wardrobe. And as fun as it is to knit these sorts of pieces that are really colorful, I would like to wear them. But I think this is a good balance. So I think this is actually the first project that I finished with the twist sock.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm very happy.
And it's the first one you've done where you held mohair with something else, I think.
No, I've done it held double.
Oh, okay.
The Bennett sister shawl.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I feel like I've knit a hat maybe.
Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Really enjoyed knitting it. Andrea Mowry still hasn't reposted my photo. I hope she does soon because I don't know if she's seen it yet. But she's been posting tester photos for a couple of days now, so we'll see if she gets to mine. So that is all of our finished objects, huh?
Yep.
Did you bring any whips?
No, because the works that I'm working on project are secret Christmas knitting. Secret Christmas knitting.
I know what one of them
I did not bring any works in progress.
Well, I've got 4, so I think I have enough for both of us today. Can you hold one for me?
Sure.
It was on top of my other one. So I've got, 4. I have a sock, I have 1 gift, and 2 things for me. So, well, the sock's for me too, so 3 things for me, because I'm mostly a selfish knitter, which is perfectly okay. So this is my first work in progress. This is the Hazelnut Socks by Curious Handmade, Helen Stewart. And this is knit in a colorway you might be familiar with if you have...
That looks good.
Thank you. If you have been... If you've been following me on Instagram, this is my Christmas Tree Farm colorway, which was new for this year. And I have dyed...
It's in sparkle.
It's on Glimmer. I have dyed about 180 skeins of this over the past month and a half.
I might need one.
I've dyed a lot of this. I'm still enjoying it. I'm getting a little tired of it, but I'm trying to mix it up with some of the elf pre-orders lately.
Well, you won't be dyeing it all year.
Yeah. I'm actually getting close to the end because if people want it in time for Christmas, it needs to be out pretty soon. So I am knitting this on a US 1, and I think these are high sharps.
They look like high
They are
they
high
have the blue cords.
Yeah. So just a top-down cabled sock. I haven't really been working on this much because I've been doing a little bit of gift knitting and my Advent knitting, which are taking precedent. And I have a couple of pairs of Christmas socks. I seem to start a new pair every year, and I don't necessarily finish it every year. But every year I start a new one because I will have as many sock whips as I have needles for.
Maybe that's something you can do in the new year is finish your whips. Yeah.
It's so much more fun to cast on new projects.
That's true, but it's also fun to wear the things that you've knit and you finish.
Yeah. So
I can't finish it for you because my tension is different than yours.
Yeah. My next work in progress is in this bag, which is kind of a acquisition. It is an acquisition that I totally forgot about, but I've been using it. It is from Paisley Gold Sewing, and I discovered her from Tara of Mitchell's Creations.
Cool.
She posted that she had bought a bag, and I was like, well,
I
force
think
my
I need
hand.
one too.
And it's a good size. It's like you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the
It looks like a toiletry case.
the men's toiletry, like shaving bags.
Or dot bag. Some guys will call it that.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Yeah, Dad calls it that sometimes.
But it's like that, but like nicer.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Fabric. Yeah.
And it's this like tweed. I don't know if it's wool tweed or not, but it's got a little bit of like a halo to it and looks like it's going to wear really well.
It looks almost herringbone-ish.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's why it looks like that.
Yeah. So, I had something in there that I didn't want y'all to see.
Don't forget where you threw that.
So
I
decided, it was slick.
If you knew what that was.
I decided to cast on a pair of Legwarmers because I don't have any Legwarmers. And on Thanksgiving, I decided to branch out a little bit and I wore tights with a dress, which I don't ever do. I don't ever wear dresses because I don't like not having anything underneath, but if you have the nice opaque tights, they're nice, but my legs were cold. So,
you're thinking I need something to warm my legs.
Yes. So, I decided to cast on some boot cuffs, and I'm on this kick now where I'm trying to knit patterns that I've already purchased instead of buying new patterns because that's a really bad habit of mine. There's nothing wrong.
A lot of us have that habit.
There's nothing wrong with the patterns I've already purchased. You don't need a shiny new pattern. So,
especially if you've never knit them.
Yeah. This is another Helen Stewart pattern. I just realized I'm knitting
lots of Helen?
Two of Helen Stewart's patterns out of my 4 whips. This is the Marzipan Legwarmers. I'm pretty sure it's Marzipan Legwarmers. And that was from her Knit Vent, like her Knitting Advent 2017, I want to say. So I found this in my handspun stash. And do you know where this fiber is from?
No, I do not remember this.
Our very first show that we ever went to, the Magnolia State Fiber Festival.
Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago.
2014.
Because that show no
longer exists. Yeah. So I bought this fiber. I have no idea what it is.
I remember you buying it.
I bought a ton of it.
Yes.
And I spun this really big chunky skein. And this is 160 grams of
I'd say
worsted maybe to Aran sport. It's a little bit thick and thin, but it is a 3-ply, so it's pretty even, I would say. It's pretty good for my spinning in 2015.
You were still a newbie.
Well, I started in 2012.
But you didn't spin a lot.
But I didn't spin a lot. I spun a lot more than I do now.
And that was mostly on a spindle, wasn't it?
No, I bought my wheel in 2012.
I didn't remember that.
I spun on a spindle twice, and then I dropped like $500 on a wheel because I'm just that kind of person, I guess.
I didn't remember all that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I decided to take a risk. I'm pretty sure it's wool of some sort. It might have alpaca in it. It's got a little bit of a halo.
Yeah, it does.
And it's like silvery kind of steel, like oil slick looking. It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's got a lot of colors in it.
Yeah. So I cast on and I've done 3 repeats. And somebody suggested go ahead and do boot cuffs. And I think I'm leaning more in that direction than doing a full pair of Legwarmers. So I might do another 2 repeats and then try it on and see where I am. Because I can always scrunch them down. But I don't want them too bulky, you know. So I think this is on a 8. What is this? These are Knit Picks.
If they're Knit Picks, they don't label theirs, which is really disappointing. I love when they label the needle size.
Yeah, so these are mystery needles.
Well,
they look like 8s.
You put them in a sizer, you'd know what the mystery was.
I'm pretty sure they're 8s. So I think I went up a needle size because I have thicker calves, and I think the pattern is written for Aran. No, the pattern is written for sport. But I went up a needle size anyway.
Looks like it's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. So that is my second whip. And then I have 2 in that bag that you're holding. Mostly because one of them I wasn't going to put in a bag, and then the yarn got drug all over the house by somebody.
Why'd you do that?
So.
Why did Larry do that?
I don't think it was Larry. I don't think it was me.
Couldn't have been Pearl.
This is a bag that I made way back in the
long time ago, when you actually made bags.
Yeah, when I started TeenyButton Studio, it was originally Golden Fox yarns, and I started out making project bags, which is weird because I never had a big love for sewing the same way I do for yarn.
Which surprised me when you did it.
But this is an old one, so you can tell it has like a seam on the bottom. I didn't know what I was doing. This is one of the first ones I ever made.
But it's a perfectly good bag.
Yeah. So this
Ooh, I like that color.
this is for Larry's mom. We were over at her house the other day, and she was mentioning how she needed a pair of mitts. Myself in the face with a needle. She's got two, but she's got one pair, and she steals the other pair from Larry's grandmother whenever she needs them. But she wanted something a little bit warmer because hers are lace and they're knit with a sock weight.
And then you also make them short.
And I make them short, yeah. So I decided to cast these on, and I'm almost done. I wanted to make them long enough that she could fold them down.
See, that's how I like them. I like them long, and then I can fold them down.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to do another couple of rows before I cast off. But the pattern is the Honeycomb Mitts by, I want to say TinCanKnits. I didn't do show notes because I'm a slacker.
But they will be in the show notes.
I'm pretty sure it's by TinCanKnits. So it's got this really pretty honeycomb cable on the back. And I think I did too many stitches for the thumb because I kind of winged it.
But you can cinch all that up.
Yeah.
You can decrease down.
Yeah. And then
I've made quite a few mitts.
You made a ton.
That's my other go-to is mitts. But I have to pay attention to mitts. It's not like a hat.
The yarn is some Malabrigo worsted that I had in my stash.
I love that color.
And I love this yarn. I love a good chunky single. I'm a big fan. Look how pretty. Oh, I just love singles. So I think I originally knit this with a 5 and a 7. And I think I went down a needle size.
You did.
But I went up, because these are your needles.
Mm-hmm.
I went down a needle size, but I went up a size in the pattern. So I think this will be a good, close-fitting, like, dense fabric. So, the back is so pretty. And I cable without a cable needle. So...
Yeah, you live dangerously.
Yeah,
I do not. Even if it's a single cable.
The FedEx man's here. He's coming to give me a package. I'm so excited. Because they have the window open. Right yeah, it's a 6-stitch cable, so that's usually more than I would do without a cable needle.
But you'd live dangerously.
But I'm lazy, and I don't have cable needles in my little stitch kit, so I don't feel like getting up to get one. So
you can use a bobby pin. You can use a paper clip.
I don't have any of those. I have nothing but
that is
sheer grit and determination to not get up.
I heard a bang at the door.
I know. I got to set a package. It's very exciting.
It's a big one. You know what it is?
No.
Oh, all right.
It's a surprise.
Must be for me.
Maybe it's my Taylor Swift stuff that I ordered in July that they're finally going to deliver. I doubt it, but maybe. So that is my only gift knitting this year, really.
There should be another one. Weren't we doing an ornament exchange?
Oh yeah. Well, for my personal everyday life, I guess.
I'm not part of your personal everyday life.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
You and me were going to exchange an ornament?
Yes.
Oh, I'd forgotten.
That was your idea.
That was my idea. I thought you were talking about the thing that we're sending to somebody else.
No, you came to me and said, hey, how about if we start exchanging knit ornaments every year? And I said, okay.
That did happen.
Which is why I didn't bring my stuff today.
Whoops. Well, obviously I haven't started that, so, you know.
I'm glad that it's not just me.
It happens sometimes. I have a lot going on. That's my excuse. Yeah, we'll still do that.
It's it for me.
It's the 10th. I have 15 days.
Oh, you have plenty of time.
So we're good.
It was just the comment that that's my only gift in it.
Yeah.
That I was like, well, maybe she doesn't consider it a gift because it's an exchange.
No, I forgot.
We didn't use the word gift.
I had forgotten. Whoops. Oh well. I do have one more whip to share. So this is a spoiler for the Quidditch Kit Advent. If you have not gotten up to day 9, I don't have day 10 yet. So
and you don't want to be spoiled.
Look away now. Woo. So this is the pattern that I included in the kit. But I am knitting until I'm knitting it longer than I wrote in the pattern.
To use up more of the yarn?
And I offered advents on soft DK and soft sock, but I dyed a couple of extras on solo singles. So that is what I am using. I'm using solo singles held double, and I'm knitting the DK numbers. So it's not quite what you will have if you're knitting the pattern as well. So it is called the Arched Advent Shawl. It is not up on any platform yet, but it will be once I finish it.
Once the knit along is finished.
Yes. So it's more of like a scarf. The original pattern is written to be like a fold over, stick it through the loop. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like a shorter stole shape where you fold it in half.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And then you stick it like an ascot, but not like it's like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it just has a short tail.
Yeah, that's how it's written. This is not, I don't think this is how it's going to turn out, this particular version.
Because you're knitting it longer than the pattern.
Yeah. So these are the first 9 days. So we have here Golden Snitch, Ballycastle Bats, Quaffle, Puddlemere United, Quidditch Through the Ages, Almanaculars, I had to think about that for a second, Clean Sweep, Firebolt, and this one is Ludo Bagman, which I was going to call Wimberine Wasps, but I decided to go with Ludo Bagman instead because he used to play for the Wasps. He was a beater for the Wasps. It's kind of making me sad because I dyed most of these yarns before I stopped dyeing Harry Potter yarns. So kind of thinking about all the old inspirations I used to have was a little bittersweet.
Yeah, if people would stop being jerks, things would go a lot better.
So this is my last Harry Potter yarn for the foreseeable future. I would have hit myself in the face with a needle again.
Flinging it around would help. Stop doing that might help.
So, but it's nice to enjoy it, and it's fun to watch everybody open it. So, I think the hashtag for that is Quidditch Kit Advent Calendar. If you want to go see on Instagram what people are posting, I mean, they're all pretty much the same, but it's fun to watch people unbox them, I think. So, that's what I have so far. I'm just about almost halfway done.
I'm gonna get away from
beware of flying needles. But it's been fun to knit so far. It's very potato chippy. It's very, I wanted to keep it really simple because I didn't know sending it out what people's experience levels are. So it's mostly stockinette. It's got a very simple lace panel and then alternating bands of stockinette and garter. Just something enough to keep it a little interesting, but really showcase the colors. And I know some people are using speckles. They're using the pattern with different yarns, so I wanted something that would work for speckles as well. So now that we've shown all of our works in progress and all of our finished objects, we will show you Throw Me Something, Mister. We've been buying some yarn and some knitting paraphernalia and some things that are actually knitted, so that's pretty fun.
That is true. So this is something that Robyn and I both bought, and this is from Quinn of Hearts on Etsy, and they're absolutely adorable. He had several colors available, but Robyn and I both went with the orange because it was more pumpkin-like. In terms of real life pumpkins, but really, really cute.
And they're on what are those, French wires?
Yeah, they're on French hooks.
French hooks.
Yeah. So yeah, it was adorable, and Quinn was very, very nice, and he sent this really cute little note in the little bag that it came in.
A little stitch marker.
Yeah, and it comes with a stitch marker. So go check Quinn out. I will put Quinn's website in the show notes.
Quinn of Hearts Co. On Instagram.
And Quinn of Hearts on Etsy.
Yep. And then we both purchased something from the Lemonade Shop.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and bought a skein of yarn because I am helpless in the face of speckled yarn. So this is Big Girl Pants. And it's on her comfy worsted base, which is an 80% fine superwash merino and 20% baby alpaca. Because y'all know I love alpaca. I don't knit with it often, but I do love it. It doesn't have much of a halo for alpaca. I'm a little surprised. It has a little bit. But it's this gorgeous kind of lilac lavender color with these kind of, it's getting blown out because the thing's right there. The rainbow colored speckles. There's this really pretty chartreuse. It's really getting blown out, unfortunately, but that's a little better. It's got some very nice bright speckles in there. And then
I bought some stitch markers. These stitch markers, what drew me to them was she's got Ruth Bader Ginsburg's Descent little collar on there. And then she's got 2 other little stitch markers. One says vote, and one says the sentiment that many of us feel about this particular year. But I just thought it was really cute. I really wanted this the most, and the other 2 was just a little bit of lanyard.
What are those called?
What?
The collars. There's like a name for them.
Jabots?
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember that name.
Yeah. But, yeah, I was really, really sad when she died. We kind of knew it was coming because we knew she was really sick. But, yeah, I just wanted to get something because I am still a very big fan of hers. Yeah, so.
And then we're going kind of fast, but we got yarn to dye and stuff to knit, and there's not a whole lot to say about some of this. So I ordered this a couple of months ago.
Beautiful.
I couldn't resist. Brandy actually lives really close to me now, which is super cool. But she did a Labyrinth collection, and y'all know.
And Robin hates Labyrinth.
That's my movie. So it's by Long Dog Yarn, who has the cutest logo. Her dog is named Rufus.
That's a good dog name.
So cute. And she is doing Vlogmas on her Instagram page, Long Dog Yarn. So if you want to watch her Vlogmases and see Rufus, that's a lot of fun. So this is a set of mini skeins. It's 85% extra fine merino and 15% nylon. And I can't remember all of the names of the colorways. I'm pretty sure this one is the Babe with the Power. I don't know which one is which, but I would know it if I heard the name and could place it. I think this is
Does she have it in the listing?
She might. I can just go back and look on her Instagram page. I know she's got one that says The World Falls Down. I think this one's like the Goblin King colorway. She's got one that's like a Ludo. I think this one's the Ludo colorway. But it's such a good movie. It's one of my absolute all-time favorites. And I thought about getting a sweater quantity, and I couldn't decide which one, so I'm like, I'll just get all of them. And it's hard to see with the glare, but
they're beautiful.
They're gorgeous. She does like those really pretty like micro speckles so well.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah. So I ordered those a little while ago. And then last but not least, I was able to get my prized possession at this point. Is a bag from Wool and Vine Yarns.
That was the second best day in Robyn's life.
That was the second best thing that ever happened to me. She started sewing project bags. I'm not sure if she still is, but I know for a while she would do a couple of them and then list them. And I was able to snag this one, which is actually the same one that she was using in one of her podcast episodes that I saw with this really pretty peach fabric. So it's a good size. I had my Pink Fizz pullover sweater in it until it got too big. So it fit for quite a while. It's a pretty good size. I would say it fits 4 skeins pretty easy. And then I did get a couple of her, I'm trying to remember what she called it. It was her like second sale or like mystery whatever. And they were a really good price. So I got 2 skeins of her footsie base, and one of them I can't find. It's hidden somewhere in the stash because I put it away without thinking. But I did get this one. The one that I put away was one of her Moon Cusser colorway that had some darker patches. And then this one is Black Pearl. And I'm not sure what's wrong with it because it looks perfect to me. But it did come from her second sale. Isn't it gorgeous?
It is very pretty.
And it's on her footsie base, which is an 80/20 BFL nylon high twist 2-ply. So it might be colorwork socks if I can find that other skein. It might be colorwork socks, or I think I could pair this with my Tough Sock base.
Yeah.
And do colorwork socks. So I have another project bag that should be delivered today, but I'll just show that next episode.
Maybe that's what he threw on your porch.
It sounded heavy.
It did.
So I wonder what that is. We'll go find out. So that is all of the knitting content that we have to show. Do we want to talk about New Year's Frog? Are we going to be doing that this year?
I don't know. I didn't do it last year.
I don't really have anything to frog.
I mean, I still have that sweater that I made 2 years ago, but I am going to frog it eventually. I just don't feel like picking out all those woven ends. So it just kind of sits where it is.
Yeah. If you have something that you would like to frog and you want to post it on Instagram and tag us, please do. I have a shawl that I should frog, but I don't feel like picking out the ends again. That's kind of the worst
I have
part.
a partial shawl that I could frog because somebody ate a hole in it.
Wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. Because somebody told me they were going to
I was going to dye you yarn.
Some yarn that
you
I
need
can
to rip it back.
in there. Yeah, so I do need to rip that back so that I can re-knit that because I really do love that shawl. I wear it a lot.
Berry Patch Shawl?
Berry Patch Shawl by Lisa Hannes. I really love that shawl.
It has a big hole, like this big, in the middle of it. I'm not sure how he managed to chew the center of it.
Well, it was the way it was laying. It had to have been on top.
I thought he just had skills.
And I thought he was just sleeping on the desk where I carelessly threw the shawl. So I do take full responsibility for it because he is an angel and can do no wrong. And I know that he likes to eat wool.
This is Hagrid we're talking about.
My baby boy.
He chews through yarn like a goat.
Like a lawnmower.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was my fault. I did not put it away like I should have. And it was up there for quite a while. And so I don't know the exact date that he did it, but I do remember vividly one day when he was sleeping up there. And I knew that was an unusual place for him to sleep. But it didn't occur to me that he was sleeping on top of the shawl and not really sleeping.
He had a midnight snack.
Maybe
tired.
He was sleep eating.
Yeah.
So
tell me you don't do that.
Then it wouldn't be his fault. I probably have. Yeah, it wasn't his fault because he did it in the sleep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like sleepwalking.
He's perfect. I love him.
Yeah, not usually, but sometimes we do the New Year's frog, where you frog something and you start with a clean slate in the next year.
It's, it's very easy to reuse yarn. That's what the beauty of it is. It can always become something else. And if you have something in your wardrobe that you've knit, and then, and you're not feeling the love on it, don't hesitate to frog it and then reuse the yarn for another project that you will love more. I think I'll do that. I think I will do that on New Year's Eve. Because I was going to say it's just a little section. I'm thinking maybe I can put the bottom part of it because he did chew it in the middle. But luckily, he chewed it only in a section, like an entire section of one color. So it's not like he did it over multiple colors. So he was helpful in that respect. So I could just frog back, cut it in that part, and then put the two ends on needles. Yeah. And I don't have to reknit the entire thing. And then
graft it.
And then I just graft the bottom back on.
That may work.
Yeah. It should work.
Yeah, I think it should work.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Stay tuned to see some shawl surgery, apparently. Fancy.
Now it's in the closet away where he can't get to it, but when I go in there and I see it, I get bummed out again because I really do love that shawl. Yeah. So maybe when you come over on Saturday, you'll see what color it is. Yeah. I'll give you a snippet of it.
Yeah. I have some minis that I've been doing for sock sets. Maybe that's close enough.
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out that entire section, even though he didn't eat through that entire thing, because I do want the color to match. It doesn't have to match the other parts of the shawl.
You want that one section to all be the same color. I do want
that one section to be all that color. And it would be nice if it were close, but it doesn't really have to be because that shawl, the colors aren't that close to each other, the sections that have that color in it. So, yeah. I'll try to remember to do that on Saturday.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, I will frog something on New Year's Eve.
Okay. We'll see how I'm feeling.
It's just not going to be that sweater.
Yeah.
Because I can't face that sweater.
No, and unpicking those ends sounds like misery. So, thank you for watching. Is that all we have to say?
Are you doing any...
Oh, no shop update news. Yeah, I have Christmas Tree Farm pre-orders, Merry and Bright pre-orders, and then 5 elf colorways that are available for pre-order. But I am going to take them down soon because I think the shipping, like the USPS shipping cutoff is like 4 days from now. So I'm just about caught up with pre-orders, but if somebody orders now, I'm not sure I can get out in time for Christmas.
But you just need to know that you may not get it in time if that's the intent.
Yeah. But if you are interested in a pre-order and it doesn't have to be there for Christmas for you, then they are still available. But in the meantime, that's pretty much all that's in the shop. I might do a second sale towards the end of the month, just for like single
that are still up.
I still have the Schitt's Creek Holiday Club, the Buddy the Elf Club, and the Over the Garden Wall Club, but I'm going to take those down soon. I'm thinking about taking a break from clubs, either January or February, just like a reset sort of thing. I don't know. Take a little bit of time off. Like, I have some collections coming out that I really want to focus on, and I don't have a ton of clubs, but dyeing them kind of distracts me from that. So
one of the things I think you're planning on doing for the rest of the month is planning what you're going to do for next year.
Yeah. Yeah, I've kind of, past couple of months, I've focused more on fewer updates with more colorways and kind of more theme together. More so than like, okay, here's like a little random assortment of what I've been dyeing this week. And I liked doing it that way because I had more flexibility. But I think as a customer, whenever you're looking at something, it's easier to see a whole collection together and kind of decide what to pick and choose from the collection rather than like kind of a random assortment. So I'm kind of focusing on that, but it requires a lot more planning. So there's been more energy expended on my part to kind of think about what I'm doing, and like plan it out. Like, I need this many weeks to do this. I need this many weeks to do this. So this is the day I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
so,
it's not what do I feel like dyeing today.
Yeah, which is the way I've been operating for 3 years now. So changing it has been a little bit of a challenge, but I think it's better in the long run to be organized and for my customers to know what's coming when. So I think that's everything we have for this episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Apologies for the little bit of a hiatus, but if we don't have anything to show, you know.
Well, just there have been times when we've wanted to get together and weren't able to for one reason or another. We are going to record whenever we can.
Yeah.
So we'll keep doing that going forward. And we're here today and hope to be back soon.
Yep. All right. So y'all have a good rest of 2020.
Have a good holiday season.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, because we probably will not record again before the New Year.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But hopefully 2021 will be great.
We'll see you in 2021.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.